Okay, we do have 4 groups left. So when group 5 is presenting group 1, please give some comments. And when group 6 is presenting group 2, please give some comments. So forth. So when group 7 is presenting group 3, please give some comments. When group 8 is presenting group 4, please give some comments. Okay? Okay, so now let's welcome group 5.
So group 5 and they want to understand the privacy and anonymity. First, you can feel free to express your opinions and without being judged. If you are a 14 years old student and you want to discuss some social issue, but if you show your age or your face or what else, you may be judged that, oh, you're too juvenile and you can discuss this tough issue or what else. And be who you are. Be who you are without saying who you are. Yes. And the last example is if you buy a hot sexy bikini and you want to share with your boyfriend and you just taking a selfie and you can send this photo to him personally without letting others know. And so if you want all of these things, you should sign up on secretly. The new social media that grants privacy and anonymity. Feel free to share your bikinis, nobody will see you. Thank you.
Okay, great. Okay, group 1, would you buy this product? Yes? So which attracts you most? What kind of feature that attracts you most? The beginning part? Okay, great. Then let's move on to group 6.
Hello. Morning. We're introducing a new buy button for companies. It's like the coolest buy button ever.
It is convenient for your customers.
And it helps companies to connect to customers directly, so it's less hassle for companies.
And it helps advertise products.
Okay, great. Okay, group 2, would you buy this product?
Actually, we did hear very clearly about what
Okay, so would you like to clarify what you're selling or what you're promoting?
It's a new buy button for companies. They can use it on the internet.
So what do you think, group 2?
maybe.
Maybe? Perhaps? Okay. Then probably you have to do more for your promotion, okay? Then group 7?
Hi, we're going to introduce you a refrigerator with smart social intelligence.
On the top there will be a smart computer that can connect wirelessly to the internet and then collects data and tracks your social networks. Perhaps today you are going to hold a party and the refrigerator can provide you some useful information such as what kind of foods would your friends like to eat or which kind of products is on sale in the market. Because the fridge is connected to social media, so if you write a post that you want to go on a diet and the fridge will prepare the proper amount of food and what you need, and the food will fall into this box and prepare for you. And also, the fridge will alert and remind what you lack of in the fridge and what you may need.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Okay, so groups 3, would you buy this product? Definitely. It bothers you every day what to eat? Okay, me too. Okay, group 8, the final group.
We're going to introduce you to shop on Facebook. It is convenient and fast because you just need to use your mouse to click the button and can buy things online.
And it is free of charge, so you can save your coins to buy things. Thank you.
Okay, group 4, would you buy this product? Maybe or not? Maybe, okay. So we are done for the first article. We are going to move on to the second article in your textbook, which is 5 trends that will change, not this one, sorry. Textbook. Page 6, Unit 2, how Facebook addiction is damaging your children's brain. Okay? And there's a warm-up discussion for you guys. So by simply reading the title, do you agree or disagree with the authors? Why not? And how many hours do you spend on social media per day compared to time you spend on other things like with friends or family? Do you think you have a social network addiction? And how would you spare your time with social media okay, like Facebook, the work, what are you going to do? Okay, discuss these 3 questions with your team members. Oh, there's a typo on your textbook. The title should be addiction, not addition, okay? Addiction. Okay, guys. Okay. So first question, any volunteer? Hello, guys. Okay, I'll give you 1 more minute, okay? Then finish your topic. Okay, so first question, any volunteer? Any volunteer for the first question? Do you agree or disagree with the author by just reading the title? Okay, great. Your name, please? Okay, great.
I don't totally agree with this title because I think if children use Facebook to know some international news or some practical knowledge, that would be useful to them. Now, this will really damage their brains if they use in a right way.
Okay, then how do you make sure they're using it the right way? That's very difficult, right? If you are a parent, right? Okay, so you somehow have to agree or disagree, right? Okay, great. Anyone? Any others? Okay, great. Zhenyi, right? Okay.
The social network has a particular set that will display the information for you. So if you addict to it and you used to get information from it, you will get particular set now the whole thing. So I think it will get
Okay, so you think that is kind of limited, right? The knowledge, the information you get. Okay, great. Anyone else? Okay. I know your name, but I can't find Zonghao.
Yeah, actually, I'm partly agree with the author because I think it depends on what age or how many experience you have in your life. Because if you're just like elementary school students, you don't have the knowledge or you don't know much about how to judge how to separate those information, what is right, what is wrong, and what is superficial, what is really, what information has really a deep meaning. So if you choose your, sources of the news, you'll have different aspects. And sometimes you just browse like me. Sometimes I just like the news. I just browse the title. I didn't click in it. Just knowing what is happening now, but not absorbing the virus aspect. Mm-hmm. I just want to know what is happening in this world. Mm-hmm. But I think it's convenient. But if you don't know how to you don't know what's right or wrong, you just take all the information you got, so maybe you will get confused or something.
Yeah, so probably for children, they should have limited access to the internet, right? Because they probably don't have the ability to differentiate what is good, what is not good, what is right or not right. So if you are a parent, you should be able to do so. To make sure your kid is not exposing too much to the internet. Okay? And okay, let's move on to the second question. How many hours do you spend on social media per day compared to other things like your study, your homework, or your exercise, workout, whatever? Anyone? Okay, Yu Hui, right?
I always spend 1 hour to 2 hours on Facebook or on video. And I think I do have social media addiction. If I don't use Facebook, I will feel very happy. It's like I just disconnect with the world.
Okay, you feel disconnected if you are not using Facebook? Okay. But what if Facebook does not provide you any new information?
I just want to know what my friends are doing.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. Anyone else? How many? Okay. Meng Xuan, right?
Actually, I should probably not tell how many hours I spend on social networks because I think it's a lot.
A lot? Like every minute when you're walking?
No, not when I'm walking. I actually dislike it when people look at their phone while they're walking because I'm trying to pass and they're just stopping because you have a notification. That's not the real world. In the real world, I have to pass.
Okay.
But I do spend a lot of time on social networks and I think actually not because I have a social network addiction, because if I cannot surf it, I simply don't. I don't feel uncomfortable or anything. I just think that it appeals to my laziness. You don't have to do anything. You just put yourself in front of the screen, scroll up and down, and that's all you have to do to have some entertainment. Like going out with friends, it requires time and social skills and stuff.
You have to talk.
So
Yeah.
YouTube is like even better. Like you don't even have to talk with anyone. You just skip from the one video to the other. You spend your time.
Yeah, talking is exhausting. Do you agree? Talking to your friends sometimes is exhausting. You have to think about the topics. You have to react to your friend's reaction. You have to take care of probably her mood or his mood, right? So sometimes it's exhausting. So probably Facebook's better. Okay. Anyone else? Now let's move on to the third question. How would you spare your time if social networks shut down? Ta-da. How would you do? Okay. 资源, right? Not textbooks. Yeah, I think so.
Novels or comic books.
Okay.
I think if we spend much time on internet, we may feel anxious about that if it's shut down. Oh gosh! The news or you may chat with your friends and you just lose your connection.
Do you read a lot? In your life? Yeah.
Not much.
Not much. Then you need to have some books stand by over there, right? Okay. Comic books? Do you buy real hard copy comic books? Okay. Yeah, it's not that common at all, I think. Yeah, sometimes people may rent, but not many people are buying comic books right now. Okay. Anyone else? Okay, so you're 后语, right?
Way will conduct the social networking sense.
I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Wait for another social network.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. But what about your computer shut down? You have cell phone, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you'll survive anyway.
I think that wouldn't take long.
You will take long. Okay, great. Okay, now we're going to do a test. You can take a pen and calculate your scores on probably your textbook somewhere. So we're going to ask you a few questions. I think it's 20 questions. If you think it's not applicable, please put 0 for that question. If it's really, it's 1, and then up to 5 is always. That always apply to you. Then you give it 5 for that question. Okay? Ready? Go! The first one, how often do you find that you stay online longer than you intended? Is it applicable? If yes, it's always, then give 5. If not, it's 0. Okay? Second, how often do you neglect household chores to spend more time online? Next one, how often do you prefer the excitement of the internet to intimacy with your partner? Okay, number 4, how often do you form new relationships with fellow online users? Number 5, how often do others in your life complain to you about the amount of time you spend online? Okay, write down all your scores. Okay, then move on to the next page. Number 6, how often do your grades or school work suffer because of the amount of time you spend online? Number 7, how often do you check your email before something else that you need to do? Number 8, how often does your job, performance, or productivity suffer because of the internet? Number 9, how often do you become defensive or secretive when anyone asks you what you do online? Okay, number 10, how often do you block out disturbing thoughts about your life with soothing thoughts of the internet? Okay, ready? Next one. 11, how often do you find yourself anticipating when you will go online again? Number 12, how often do you fear that life without the internet would be boring, empty, and joyless? Okay, number 13, how often do you snap, yell, or act annoyed if someone bothers you while you're online. Number 14, how often do you lose sleep due to late night logins? Okay, 15, how often do you feel preoccupied with the internet when offline or fantasize about being online? Done. Okay, the final 5 questions. 16, how often do you find yourself saying just a few more minutes when online? Number 17, how often do you try to cut down the amount of time you spend online and fail? Number 18, how often do you try to hide how long you've been online? Number 19, how often do you choose to spend more time online over going out with others? Okay, the last one, how often do you feel depressed, moody, or nervous when you are offline, which goes away once you are back online? Okay, when you're done, please add those scores. Then you should get a final amount. The minimum is 0, the maximum is 100 points. Okay? Done? Okay, who got 0 to 30? Only one? Oh, good. You're not addicted to the internet. How about 31 to 49? Okay, the average normal user, I guess. Okay, good. How about 50 to 79? Oh, you are frequent users, I guess. Okay, great. How about 80 to 100? No? Oh, you guys are good. You're not internet addiction. Okay, great. That's a quick test to test whether you have addiction to the internet. Okay, so what happens if you have some addiction to the internet? Some brain research showed there might be a gray matter atrophy. What is gray matter? It's your neurons, okay? So if your neurons lose or are dying, that means they will not be bad again because neurons will not evolve, okay? And then compromise white matter integrity. What is white matter? White matter in your brain is connecting to different areas of your frontal area, parietal area, occipital area, and temporal area. They are connecting different areas and communicating between the neurons. So if those white matter diminished, that means your brain are not connecting, communicating to each other. Okay, that's a serious problem. And there might be reduced cortical thickness. So that means your brain is becoming small inside. Impaired cognitive function. This is one interesting test. So this is a Stroop test that testing normal people and addiction, people with addiction. So please name the color of the word, not the meaning of the word. The color of the word. Okay, what is this? 红, right? 黑, 绿, 蓝, 黄. Easy, right? Okay, color of the word, not the meaning of the word. How about next one? It's getting difficult, right? So the reaction time for the Stroop effect, it's getting slower and slower and slower. And for people with addiction, they may not have that cognitive resources to do this kind of job. So for people with addiction, they would have longer reaction time than normal people. Is it interesting? Okay, so if you spend too much time online, that would have some function impaired probably in your cognition. So you have to take care of how much time you spend online per day, okay? And we're going to watch a short video clip. There are 5 crazy ways social media is changing your brain, okay? And you can take notes, what are the 5 ways, okay?
It really had a major influence on society, but what about our... With social media sites being used by 1/3 of the entire world, they've clearly had a major influence on society. But what about our bodies? Here are 5 crazy ways that social media and the internet are affecting your brain right now. Can't log off? Surprisingly, 5 to 10% of internet users are actually unable to control how much time they spend online. Though it's a psychological addiction as opposed to addiction, brain scans of these people actually show a similar impairment of regions that those with drug dependence have. Specifically, there's a clear degradation of white matter in the regions that control emotional processing, attention, and decision-making. Because social media provides immediate rewards with very little effort required, your brain begins to rewire itself, making you desire these stimulations. And you begin to crave more of this neurological excitement after each interaction. Sounds a little like a drug, right? We also see a shift when looking at multitasking. You might think that those who use social media or constantly switch between work and websites are better at multitasking, but studies have found that when comparing heavy media users to others, they perform much worse during task switching tests. Increased multitasking online reduces your brain's ability to filter out interferences and can even make it harder for your brain to commit information to memory. Like when your phone buzzes in the middle of productive work. Or wait, did it even buzz? Phantom vibration syndrome is a relatively new psychological phenomenon where you think you felt your phone go off, but it didn't. In one study, 89% of test subjects said they experienced this at least once every 2 weeks. It would seem that our brains now perceive an itch as an actual vibration from our phone. As crazy as it seems, technology has begun to rewire our nervous system, and our brains are being triggered in a way they never have before in history. Social media also triggers a release of dopamine, the feel-good chemical. Using MRI scans, scientists found that the reward centers in people's brains are much more active when they're talking about their own views as opposed to listening to others. Not so surprising, we all love talking about ourselves, right? But it turns out that while 30 to 40% of face-to-face conversations involve communicating our own experiences, around 80% of social media communication is self-involved. The same part of your brain related to orgasms, motivation, and love are stimulated by your social media use, and even more so when you know you have an audience. Our body is physiologically rewarding us for talking about ourselves online. But it's not all so self-involved. In fact, studies on relationships have found that partners tend to like each other more if they meet for the first time online rather than with a face-to-face interaction. Whether it's because people are more anonymous or perhaps more clear about their future goals, there's a statistical increase in successful partnerships that started online. So while the internet has changed our verbal communication with increased physical separation, perhaps the ones that matter the most end up even closer. Speaking of social media, we had you ask us questions on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, Google+, and every other social platform we could find, and did a Q&A video over on ASAP Thought.
Okay, we'll watch it again. There are 5 ways that will change how you use your social media, okay?
Media sites being used by 1/3 of the entire world, they've clearly had a major influence on society. But what about our bodies? Here are 5 crazy ways that social media and the internet are affecting your brain right now. Can't log off? Surprisingly, 5 to 10% of internet users are actually unable to control how much time they spend online. Though it's a psychological addiction as opposed to a substance addiction, brain scans of these people actually show a similar impairment of regions that those with drug dependence have. Specifically, there's a clear degradation of white matter in the regions that control emotional processing, attention, and decision-making. Because social media provides immediate rewards with very little effort required, your brain begins to rewire itself, making you desire these stimulations, and you begin to crave more of this neurological excitement after each interaction. Sounds a little like a drug, right? We also see a shift when looking at multitasking. You might think that those who use social media or constantly switch between work and websites are better at multitasking, but studies have found that when comparing heavy media users to others, they perform much worse during task switching tests. Increased multitasking online reduces your brain's ability to filter out interferences and can even make it harder for your brain to commit information to memory. Like when your phone buzzes in the middle of productive work. Or wait, did it even buzz? Phantom vibration syndrome is a relatively new psychological phenomenon where you think you felt your phone go off, but it didn't. In one study, 89% of test subjects said they experienced this at least once every 2 weeks. It would seem that our brains now perceive an itch as an actual vibration from our phone. As crazy as it seems, technology has begun to rewire our nervous system, and our brains are being triggered in a way they never have before in history. Social media also triggers a release of dopamine, the feel-good chemical. Using MRI scans, scientists found that the reward centers in people's brains are much more active when they're talking about their own views as opposed to listening to others. Not so surprising, we all love talking about ourselves, right? But it turns out that while 30 to 40% of face-to-face conversations involve communicating our own experiences, around 80% of social media communication is self-involved. The same part of your brain related to orgasms, motivation, and love are stimulated by your social media use, and even more so when you know you have an audience. Our body is physiologically rewarding us for talking about ourselves online. But it's not all so self-involved. In fact, studies on relationships have found that partners tend to like each other more if they meet for the first time online rather than with a face-to-face interaction. Whether it's because people are more anonymous or perhaps more clear about their future goals, there's a statistical increase in successful partnerships that started online. So while the internet has changed our verbal communication with increased physical separation, perhaps the ones that matter the most end up even closer. Speaking of social media, we had you ask us questions on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, Google+, and every other social platform we could find, and did a Q&A video over on ASAP Thought. So if you feel like getting some insider info on ASAP Science and behind the scenes, check it out with the link in the description. Got a burning question you want answered? Ask it in the comments or on Facebook and Twitter.
Okay, discuss with your group members what are the 5 ways that may change your brain when you're using the internet. Okay. There are a few keywords if you remember from the video clip. What else? Okay, what is the reward function in your brain? How about the multitask? How about the phantom vibration syndrome? What is that syndrome? Dopamine, that chemical. It's a chemical in your brain. And how about the partner relationship? Okay, that's 5 keywords for you guys to discuss. Okay, so how about the reward? Is the reward like a drug? When you are using a cell phone, your brain is rewiring the system and tell you that you will get some feedback from your friends or from your peers. And then you get the reward because you're happy with the system. And because you're getting the reward, it's just like getting some drug. Okay? So that's one way they would change your brain. And the second one, how about the multitask? Do you think that people with internet addiction do better on multitasking stuff? Yes or no? No, right? Because you probably would have your memory span or your attention may not be that good as normal people. So actually people with internet addiction is not good at multitasking. Okay? And the third one, phantom vibration syndrome. Do you remember what the video is talking about? So what is a syndrome?
If you feel like an itch on your foot, and you'll think that, oh, that must be the phone that is vibrating.
Yeah, it's when I itch your leg, you feel like it's phone buzz, right? It's crazy, right? Actually, it didn't. And how about a dopamine? Do you know dopamine? Dopamine. Okay, it's a chemical neurotransmitter in your brain, and sometimes it's called happy chemical. like feel-good chemical. Okay, feel good. So when you have dopamine release in your brain, you feel happy. So that's why some people are taking drug would have this kind of dopamine release that will help them to be in a good mood, excite, okay? And how about the final one, partner relationship? Do you think it's easier to start a relationship online or by face-to-face interaction? Face-to-face? Do you prefer face-to-face? Who likes online relationship? Do you have ever tried the Match social network? You know, actually, several couples of my friends, they are now husbands and wife, and they met on the internet. Yeah, the Match social websites, there are a lot. Okay, so.
In some degree, taking away the physical attraction, like that you can have in a person when you stand in front of you, gives you more space to realize that this person's personality is good or not. So, like, you're not blinded by how hot they are or something like that, or by their chart. You make more well-thought decisions. So you have more chances to find someone that actually fits you.
Okay, so would you try?
Well, the first time I met my boyfriend, I didn't like him. Then we started talking all night, and I found out that he's a really great person. We've been together for 2 years, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So sometimes on the internet, it could be a good person or change. Your personality may change. I don't know. Maybe.
It's just that on person, I was distracted by his, like, I didn't really like his appearance.
Oh, appearance.
I was able to go.
Oh, okay. But you like his personality.
And now he's more handsome.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Okay, great. We don't have time for the readings discussion. We're going to just jump to the questions for discussion under textbook. There are 4 questions. So after reading the article, do you agree or disagree with the author? Again, okay? Ask you again. Do you change your opinion? And do you make friends over social media or through online video games? You know, there are a lot of online video games, and you can open a channel and you play video games and earn money. Do you know that? No? You don't play video games? No. Or who play video games? Okay, do you know there are a couple channels that you can play games and make money, right? So what games do you play? I'm sorry?
All of them.
All of them. Oh. Then how about League of Legends? Do you play League of Legends?
Yeah, I played it.
Oh, okay. Are you a good player? No. Okay, so there are a lot of video games you can make friends over there. So what is the difference between cyber acquaintance and friends you make at school or at work, and how do you maintain a relationship? The final 2 questions, what are some things social media could potentially deprive people from experiencing or learning? And online video games are prevailing in the market today, and there are emerging esports teams in Taiwan. Do you know any esports team in Taiwan? 电竞. Okay, do you know any esports team? Name something. Hey, I know something. Kakaha. TBA, HQ, right? Freshworks, 闪电狼. There are 2 representative teams for OL, right? This year. And actually, I watched TPA's game 3 years ago when it was in the US, and they won the first place. Do you know? Right? Okay, so which attract fans from a lot of around the world, and would you allow your kids to be esports players? and why not? Okay, so discuss these 4 questions with your partners, and these questions are on your page, and let me see, page 11, okay, 6 to 9, post-reading questions. And we need to leave some time for class activities, so we won't discuss 1 to 5 today. Okay, time is up. Hello guys. Hello. Hello guys, time is up. Okay, first question. I'd like to ask you again, do you agree or disagree with the author? Do you change your opinion? Who changed your opinion? Please raise your hands. Who didn't? Please raise your hand. Only one, and the others, you didn't read the textbook? Okay, please read it before class, okay? Otherwise, it's really hard to make a discussion, okay? Next one, do you make friends over social media or through online video games? Anyone? And how do you maintain the friendship? Do you have any friends on the internet that you never ever see him or her? One? A few? Then how do you know them? How do you add them to your your?
In Facebook, I have a group that everybody are just writing poetry. So.
Okay, so it's more like interest group, right? Okay. How about your personal friend? Do you have any personal friend that you never ever see him or her? No? Really? Really? Gosh. It's our old tradition, make friends over internet. Okay, then move on to the next one. What are some things social media could potentially deprive people from experience or learning? Do you think internet helps you to learn more things or sometimes not?
Like some practical skills.
What kind of practice?
If you watch the programs or websites on the social media, you think that I can do that. So you just learn how to do that. But sometimes like cooking, you have to really participate in the process, and you'll fully understand what you have to do in each steps. But so you think you can, and when it's when you're cooking for your family or you have some celebration with your boyfriend or girlfriend, and you think you can cook, and when you cook, that things just don't work. So practical skills, I don't think that you can just browsing website to learn those skills.
Yeah, when I remember when I was in the U.S., I always have to cook because the food was too expensive. You can't buy 3 meals outside. And I was not able to cook at the very beginning. And I just watched the blogs. There are a lot of cooking blogs. And I made it just according to the instruction, but it didn't work. It's really not delicious. It really didn't work. And I really hate Chinese food in terms of how they describe how much soy sauce you need to put in. A little bit soy sauce, a little bit salt, a little bit sugar, a little bit. What is a little bit? I don't understand what is a little bit. And sometimes I did it over, too much, put too much soy sauce, too much sugar. So I couldn't manage the proportion of the ingredients very well. And then sometimes it's really hard to follow those instructions. And then I made a friend who is very good at cooking, and then I would just watch her, how she cooks. And that works very well. I just copy what she did, a little bit. Okay, 1 spoon, 1 tablespoon.
Exactly a little bit.
Yes, 1 tablespoon or 1 teaspoon. That is more precise for me, I think. So I prefer making cookies or cakes because there are exact instructions. How 1 egg, 2 eggs, how much sugar you need to put it in. So it's more easier for me. Much easier for me. Okay, but Chinese food, it's kind of difficult. Okay, let's move on to number 4, online video games. Would you allow your kids to be esports players? Okay.
I won't allow my kids to become esports players.
Why?
Because I think it will take a lot of time to practice. And there will be many new esports players every year. So my kids may not be the top one.
But what if he's the top one? Would you allow him to do so? You know, sometimes esports players could be like athletes. They could earn probably the salary that I will gain for 30 years, just by 1 year. Okay, oops. So, do you know that the Olympic Games is considering putting esports in probably 10 or 8 years? Huh?
This should never happen.
Really? Yeah, so you would still say no?
Because I think my kid may not
Be the best?
someone until he or she die.
You should have some confidence. Come on. You should have some confidence. You know, the IQ would inherit from you, so you don't have to worry about the IQ. Okay. Who else?
Say something about questions.
Oh, sure.
I think social media should be a way of socially in real life. Before social media, you meet people and certain activities that maybe in the past and outside it's not on the internet. So you need to meet these people by really meeting them in person. But right now with social media, we can see their personal information online. We put all of our data and things we like, music we listen to, places we go on there. So we can know this person maybe just by looking at his social media account. But I think it's just different from the way we used to meet people and getting to know someone.
So which one do you prefer? In person. Okay. So you don't have any friends over the internet? Like just chatting when you are bored? No? Okay, just chat with friends that you really know him or her. Okay. So you don't chat with friends online? Yes? Who did? Who did? Okay. So do you have any a lot of friends who just for chatting?
When you go abroad, I don't have any other way to chat to my previous friends.
Okay. So it probably would be a good way to make friends, but sometimes you wanted to keep a long-term friendship. It's still better to meet in face-to-face, right? Okay, so now we do have we have 20 minutes left, and I'd like to discuss your class activity topic for next week. So it's social media campaigns. So 3 to 4 people in your group. You do have your group members right now, and please pick up a social network site that you like and do research on the design and policy. Okay, any policy like the privacy policy. The policy that you can think of, okay? In the campaign, you have to promote your product in 8 minutes. Then answer the audience questions in 2 minutes. So the total is 10. And the audience, that means the students, will vote for the best product at the end. And the groups, I'll pick up 3 groups. The groups win the campaign will get extra points. Okay, so pick up a social networking site you like and do the research. And if you want to use any visual ad like slides, you can do so. And please upload it before class so we can save time in class. If you want to use posters, that is okay too. You can bring it on to class next week. If you are using slides, please specify your group number in the file name, okay, so that I can download and save to my drive and save time. Okay, so now please have some discussion with your group members and pick up the one you like. Okay, be creative, okay? Not just report what you got from the internet. Be creative because you have to promote a product. You have to attract people's attention. Okay? If your group members are not here today, you have to find ways to find them. Otherwise, I don't know how to find your group members. Which one do you choose? Interest. Interest. Oh, that's great. I'd like to learn more about from you guys.
We will talk about this next time.
Oh, sure. Okay, sounds good.
As a new starter, we can
Close or something else. Some facts.
So you can pick a topic you like.
pick 5 topics at first, and
You can pin it on your own pages.
Okay. Find some creative ways to promote this product. Okay.
Find friends on Facebook.
So which one you are picking right now? Facebook?
Instagram.
Instagram. Okay, great.
Because I think many groups will use Facebook as their topic.
That's a good choice. Okay, so find some creative ways to promote the product. Okay. Have you decided? Which one?
我觉得就是没有人会选，就是大家都觉得 Facebook 太常选，所以没有人会选，所以会选 Facebook。
That's a good way to think about it. Okay.
那个上次那个 individual 大概要多少分算正常？
平均 the average is 12? 12 or
So I'm 12.5. I'm 12.5.
I forgot. Somewhere around 12. Yeah. Okay. You guys will be fine. Don't worry about it. So find some creative ways to promote the product. Okay. So which one you are picking right now?
We're doing one called SoundCloud.
SoundCloud. What is that?
It's a social network for musicians.
Musician. Oh wow! I never heard about that. Okay, great. So you can find some creative ways to promote the product. Okay. Good. Thank you. So which one would you pick up? Line. Okay, great. There are a lot of line functions, right? Okay, so just find some, I think Line could have some apps, Line camera, Line what? Line games, right? There are Line products, so you can pick up probably 1 or 2 if you like, and then make some creative ways to promote the products. Okay? I'm sorry? You can say in Chinese, that's okay.
就是要选择一个，像我们选赖的话，要帮他打广告的。
对，你要用一个比较创新的方法，然后你要把它里面的 features 都弄清楚，然后你要假设你现在是一个 sales 的话，
跟别人介绍。
对，你要怎么样 promote 让人家会愿意去买你这个产品这样子 ，OK？ So which one do you guys pick up?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Oh. So you pick up Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Tumblr, Ping what?
Pinterest.
What is that?
The one where you can see the pictures.
Oh, okay. Line, Twitter. Okay, you can keep discussing. Okay, do you have decided what are you going to talk about? Oh, decor, yay! 没有. Okay, great, good choice. Okay, so find some creative ways to promote the product. Okay, creative ways. Okay. How about you two? Oh, you too lonely.
Need to design a new site.
No, you don't have to. Just pick up one. Like some people, some people pick up Dcard, Line, Facebook, whatever you like. Pick up one social media website and find creative ways to promote the product. So you have to research on the design, what attracts you most, and some policies, and then create promote it in a creative way. Okay. Yeah, think about how to, because you have to persuade somebody to buy your product, so you have to promote it. Good? Okay. Do you have any final decision?
Messenger apps really count as social media?
Yeah, sure. Messenger. You mean MSN?
Like Line, WeChat, and...
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. Google Talk?
Is it spelled like that?
Google, I don't know how to spell it. Google Talk.
How many of us have I believe
They are very cute. There's one peach. The peach.
But I had to delete it because it takes so much space.
Oh, yeah. Okay, guys. One to two more announcements. So today is the due day, the deadline for your 2 journals, right? Right to Learn. If you have not finished yet, please log in Right to Learn and finish 2 journals. Okay. And then I post one writing sample from your peer, and I got his approval. So this is for class activity 1, individual writing. Okay. Please take a look and to see why he got full amount of grade 15. And English proficiency test, you have to take it at Pool 101, which is due next week. When you're finished, please take a photo or print screen your computer, and then upload the photo or image by next Friday. And you can continue your discussion.
I thought the due of the journal is next week, so I just...
Which one?
This one.
Oh, we changed it and put it on slides. The second, not this one, slides. Week 2 or week 3, I forgot. So,
I just did one, but I haven't did the other one.
Okay, you can try your best to finish by today. Yeah, okay.
12 o'clock at midnight.
There's no actually restrict deadline, but after 12 p.m. you still can log in and write it. But I hope you can finish by tonight. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, no problem. Okay. If you can, you are free to go. If you have any questions, please come to me. And otherwise, I'll see your presentation next Friday. Okay? Presentation next Friday.